What's up? Welcome to Fly Visions TV, where we keep doing fly shit even when the camera stops. It's your host, Ty McFly, here with my out-of-town special guest. You guys can introduce yourself.
Zach Samuel, Fraction LA.
Emma Thalken from Fraction LA.
What's up? How you guys doing today?
We're doing well. A little cold.
Oh, I like it, yeah. I'm happy.
So let's talk about what we're doing in Boston and where we're at right now.
We're at Riccardi Boston, best store. We're having a pop-up for our brand, Fraction Los Angeles. We've been selling here for about 2 years, so it was about time that we came and showed love to the city and met the people that are supporting us and show love to the team here.
Yeah, for sure. It was even interesting, like, how I got introduced to you guys. I came in here for my birthday. My boy Costa was helping me out. I'm like, put me on to something, like, not everybody's wearing, like you know, a new brand, or, like, you know, put me on to something. He's like, this is fire, like Fraction, you know, all one-on-ones. I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, it goes perfect with the outfit. I was just trying to figure out whether I was trying to, like, you know, really get risque and wear like the crop top, like with nothing under it, or if I would grab like the NASCAR tee.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna grab the NASCAR tee. And then, like, quick little story, but the night was so lit, I threw up all over my shirt. And I didn't know what to do, so I'm like, honestly, I feel like it's rude to give the dry cleaners like something with mad throw up on it, so I was like, I'm gonna just toss it. I'm like, yeah, I was like,
you have to ditch that one.
Yeah, I was sick though, because I was like, damn, like, I really like that shirt.
It's kind of hard to get that out of your head.
Yeah.
Even if it smells good, I don't know.
And then I was like mad disappointed. I'm like, damn, because when I go to interview him, I'm like, I can't even wear the shirt. I'm like, but I definitely got to tell him that story though, like, for sure.
That's a hell of a fucking story.
Yeah, but everybody liked my shirt. They was like, yo, like, where'd you get that? And then people was touching it. They was like, oh, like, this is like fire material.
Yeah.
So what's you guys' inspiration behind Fraction?
Will you start?
The inspiration behind it is kind of, we started during the pandemic, and I've always been in the fashion industry. She's always has been studying fashion, wanting to go into fashion, working in fashion, and you know, kind of the inspiration is we've always have just been dying to do this. We're very creative people and just want to make stuff, and so that's kind of how the name ties in. Fraction could just be a bunch of little things created into one.
Sure.
So it kind of left the door open for just design, and we love just design aspect. So that's kind of like our inspo, to make things special, so like when you look at it, it's not necessarily always the same as the rest. A lot of them are one-of-ones, special, you know.
That's what stuck out the most to me, by the way, like
create,
one-on-one. That's fire.
Like the customer to have a bond with the product, to actually to think about it, to look at it, stop and like, oh, I actually do like that. It's not just a vintage tee. It's a vintage tee. I still see that, but it has something cool on top.
Where do you guys get if you can, like, give the drop, but are you going out picking out all these vintage tees, like literally
ourselves.
yourself? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Ourselves.
That's tough.
We pick everything.
And you guys do because I seen, like, even on Riccardi's Instagram when I came yesterday,
yeah,
you guys put everything on you guys design and cut and sew everything yourself? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. So like this t-shirt I'm wearing, this is our box tee, but this is made from 4 different vintage t-shirts. Yeah.
That's so 4 t-shirts in one.
Yeah, so it's just all cut up, just made into one new fit.
So all
it's
these
oversized, it's
panels,
boxy, it's a little cropped.
Those are all different.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
sleeve, shoulder, all of that.
mind you, when I was sitting here looking at it, I'm like, how did they do that? Because it's like they just put it right in the middle. I'm like, damn, that's fire. Okay, that's tough.
Yeah.
And so, talk about how you guys linked up. Like, was it through the brand? Was it before that?
We met before the brand.
We're engaged.
Yes.
Oh.
So
We're engaged.
Okay, couple goals.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to
so
them.
we met on a dating app.
In 2019.
Yep. 2019, mid 2019, and yeah, just rocked out ever since.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I always be like seeing, like, you know, the dating app, like, ads or something like that, like other people. But like, yeah, like, you know, we met through that, and I'd be like, where's like the real situations
I never
out there
had
where
met
people...
anyone from a dating app, like actually gone to meet them. until we were talking. You know, would talk to girls on there, but never like actually went to go meet someone. Never felt like that was the person to go meet up with. And like you just meet them in the club.
And how about you? Like, because I know it could probably, as like, you know, a pretty girl, I know it could probably get kind of spooky, you know, on the apps and stuff like that. Like, like what lets you know, like I gotta link up with this one?
I said okay to her bringing her dog on the first date.
Yeah, that's true. I just adopted.
That's a good move. Dogs is a good way.
Yeah.
Cute, yep.
Like, of course you can bring the dog.
Yeah, and then we were talking about like cars a lot because I was like looking for a new car, and we were talking. I think like I had gotten my car before we even met. Mm-hmm. We were like we couldn't stop messaging each other.
And this
then
is all in LA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we were both born and raised in Los Angeles, but never like crossed paths.
Never ran into each other.
Different parts of town. But yeah, then we like ended up meeting a few days earlier than our first official date, and then since then have been like inseparable.
And
3.5 years later.
And then you guys just decided one day, like, hey, let's build a brand together. You know, let's talk about how that transitioned.
Pandemic. COVID happened. I got let go from working at my sister's clothing brand, and kind of.
And you was always designing clothes.
I was always working in fashion, always. So before working for my sister's clothing brand, I was working for my brother-in-law's clothing brand, and that's how I met Riccardo.
Okay.
I was selling clothes to him, and once we got let go, you know, like I said, at the beginning of the pandemic, I was playing video games with my friends, but it got to a point where I was like, am I just sitting here and wasting days, or do I need to like sit and think about something and work? And we're very creative, so we just started working instantly and started tie-dyeing stuff. It really started with face masks. Stores hit us up wanting to buy our face masks for their stores, and truly because
were they like the full ones or just the
just okay. Like a little string around.
Yeah.
And truly because we've always wanted to be selling clothing in stores and whatnot, it felt crazy that these stores are hitting us up for face masks. So that's kind of why we jumped in with vintage right away, because during the pandemic we couldn't necessarily sew as much, you know, and get as much out. So to start with a garment and then work on top of that is what we did to kind of get the ball rolling and going.
And obviously you have ties to other fashion brands and stuff like that, but I know it's not easy getting a brand off the floor, like
it's
for sure.
Easy.
So I know you're going like probably better now than it was, but you guys want to talk about maybe some of the challenges you guys had to face in the midst of, you know?
For me, the biggest challenge was just starting, because honestly, for me, the biggest challenge was just starting, because I always felt like you needed X amount of dollars to start when you really just need to start. You could start on the side and still have a normal job, but as long as you start, because a year could go by, you've already done a shitload, and you can't do anything in the world to buy that. Buy that work you did to put in for yourself on your own kind of thing. So that's what I learned, the biggest. Like, you just have to start and do it, and just do what you want, what you love. And we truly love this, and we're so thankful every day that we get to mess around with clothing, you know? That's our dream.
Something that you guys love.
Yeah, that we like, and just make it creative. It doesn't blend in with everything else, you know?
And I'm sure you guys have plenty of ways to take, especially creativity, but what is it about fashion that, like, you know, that does it for you guys? Like, or what does fashion mean to you, I could say?
Well, okay, so I'll say, like, for me, growing up, I have a great aunt who has since passed, but my dad's aunt was, like, one of the first female editors at Vogue.
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
Really, like, 1940s, 50s, like very, very old school fashion. And she always wanted me to move to New York and kind of follow in her footsteps. She never had kids of her own, so I was very much like the grandchild she never had. So ever since I was little, I always knew I wanted to move to New York, like start a brand, no clue what it was. So I just had it like in me, you know what I mean? Like kind of like
it's in the roots for sure.
Yeah, and so when he and I, you know, met COVID hadn't happened yet, but he was working at a clothing brand. I was at a jewelry brand, so a little bit different side of the industry, but very similar. And I'm definitely, like, I take care of a lot of the business side of it. Although we are both creative, he's better hands-on, so he can sew. Like, he's way better, like, with that tactile.
It's crazy because I was just about to ask you guys, like the team, like the role.
Yeah.
So definitely elaborate on that a little bit more.
So I think
I definitely know my position and know what not to do, and I definitely know when she needs to be writing an email versus me.
Who's the one that's like, you know, kicking the other one usually? Like you know, like come on, like. Let's work.
I think both of us,
That's good, and that's how it should be, for sure.
Yeah, you know, because this is both of our dream, and we want to do this forever. So I think we both constantly remind each other that and push each other to, all right, let's keep going. You know, we have a job to do. You know, we want to build something for a long time and do this forever. So if we want to leave something behind for our future kids, whatever, we got some work to do. You know, we got to step it up and keep going.
You can't, you know, not just, I mean, well, no. Okay. Yeah, I think part of our foundation is like, or part of our goal is building a really strong foundation, and that's why it's taken us a bit of time as well to, we're not trying to just pump out stuff, you know what I mean? So we take a lot of time with even building out all of our silhouettes, all of our garments are really detail oriented.
We don't have to cut and sew everything of ours, but we do.
Yeah.
You know, we could design something and turn it around in a week and you could have a bunch of it. But we rather give you something of quality, something of, it's special, you know,
I really enjoyed the fact that I was able to say on my birthday, like, you can't get this.
No,
like, this is just one. Like, you could go try, but it's you could find something similar, but you can't get this.
Exactly. So for me, it kind of started with always been a skateboarder ever since I was a little kid. Kind of before I could walk, I was on a skateboard. So the skateboard industry, you know, I wanted to always be sponsored. I always wanted free clothes. So it turned into me wanting a skateboard brand, me wanting a clothing brand like that. I started working at a skateboard shop when I was 14 to get free clothes and skateboards because they couldn't pay me.
That's smart.
You know, and so it just kept evolving and evolving, but still the same kind of goal in terms of wanting my own brand, wanting that kind of company kind of thing to do clothing and just have our own product.
And what's coming from you guys, like a part of the goal, a part of the mission? Do you guys plan on opening up you guys' own storefront one day, or
eventually? No rush.
Would you rather stay online? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think one thing that, going back to like a previous question about like what are some of the harder things that we've learned, like I think with Riccardo, we've gotten so beyond lucky and like blessed, honestly, by he and his team. And there's no way that we would be where we are now without them and without these stores that are
fighting. That's a good connection for sure.
And, you know, and like other stores that we're in, like making connections with the actual people who are selling and, you know, selling our product, supporting us, and really doing the hard work to get it out there in a more organic way, which I think is something that and it creates that stronger foundation. Like we could, again, pump out new stuff every day on Instagram, but that online presence doesn't create the experience that we want it to, and so being in stores, like...
And I'll be honest, because you guys don't really push you guys' like face too much on the brand. Like, I didn't know who Fraction LA was.
It's not about us. We love what we do. Yeah. So we're not selling us for the brand. We're selling our brand. You know, we're selling our clothing.
That.
We're not... It's cool for people to know who we are so they can like identify with someone, but that's not what we're here for. You know, we're here for the clothing and to make good clothing and to make something that you're gonna like. You know, because we truly like what we make, and we like to think as long as we like it enough, hopefully that person's gonna like it too.
Accept it, yeah.
You know,
sure.
If we like it, we're not just gonna make something that we don't like and then put it out because we're hoping you like it.
Yeah, that's interesting you said that though. Like, I think maybe for us, as Zach just said, it's not about showing our face, and like more also having the clothes tell the story and really show what we're about, and not having to like overexpose ourselves. Not that that's a bad thing if anyone does that, but like for us, it's definitely more like
Let
the story. Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
Let our clothing speak for us.
As they should, right?
And
like
that's better anyway, because imagine like somebody meeting you, then they might try to judge the clothes based off you.
Maybe I'm selling it one way, and this guy said it was like this, but it's not. So no, we let the clothing talk and sell for us.
Itself.
Yes, exactly.
And I'll be honest, after meeting you guys, now I really want to wear a fraction. Now I support it way better. So it is cool that you guys do like these type of things where it come. And even just now, I was minding my business, but just the connection you guys make with your customers, since I've just been here for these couple since yesterday and today. Even a guy, you hopped on the phone with somebody who wasn't even here, so they probably couldn't make it. And you literally sat there while you wasn't rushing them off the phone or nothing. Like, I was like, nah, that's fire.
We're here because of them. And so we show those people love because they fuck with us and we fuck with them.
Yeah, for sure.
And we fuck with people that are doing something for themselves, pushing something. He has a business, a car shop that he's renting his family that he's doing. His brother that I was speaking with on his phone is just starting his own clothing brand. He's been a graffiti artist. I grew up doing graffiti, so it's like, to hear something like that, I want to listen to what he has to say. He's listening to me. I want to listen to him.
For sure.
Yeah. It's a two-way street for us. Like I said, we're not selling ourselves. We're just behind it. We're just making stuff.
I understand.
And fortunately, we get to meet all these cool-ass people
along the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How does what's going on in the rest of the world affect you guys' maybe creative process or creative thinking? It could be, through music or political type things, you know what I'm saying? Just the rest of the world.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me started on politics. Yeah, let him.
I personally tried to leave all of that out. No politics. I don't like to speak about any politics, things like that, just because I don't know someone else's views and I don't want to make them feel any certain type of way. And I'm just not pushing that, so. But in terms, music is a big one for me.
Who's some of your artists?
Oh man, Free Young Thug, Free Gunna,
for sure.
Free YSL, Thug, Gunna, Future are probably my favorite, but Young Thug. Yeah.
I really like Young Thug's. What's one of your favorite albums?
Slime Language.
Okay.
Him and Future, come on.
Okay.
Come on, I know every song.
Literally all day, every day.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm driving home, I just put that album on and listen to that whole album.
Beautiful Thugger Girls, I can let that.
Beautiful Thug Girls, yes.
And that was really different for me because I'm like, this is a
few of my friends made those songs.
Oh, that's fire.
Yes, on Beautiful Thug
like on some beats and.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh shoot, that's a vibe.
Yeah.
Have you guys has any of you guys favorite artists or people like in the celebrity world, have they worn Fraction yet? Like people that you guys are like, oh shit, like
a little
like
bit.
They just wore it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offset has worn something. Dirk has worn something from here.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah. A few.
Honestly, there have been, but also just like day to day, like today, there's a guy here trying on some of our pants, and he came out and he was like, the fit is incredible, and like we both were like, oh my god, like it blows our mind that like people actually
because I like to think the fit is okay.
Yeah,
I just need to see other people to make sure it fits a more global audience. And so when he came out saying, "Oh, it fit perfect," I was like, "Holy shit!"
Like you get excited about just like anybody who's makes
just little things like that make us keep going. Just that we want to keep working.
And I get the vibe that you guys be yourself and create things that you like. But how you feel about fashion trends? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, okay, so everybody starts wearing a satchel now. Are you guys going to make a Fraction satchel? Like, do you guys go with the trends, or you guys kind of fuck the trends?
I personally do wear a satchel because I don't like to lose my wallet or the keys and have it in my pocket. So, yes, we will definitely have a satchel, but that's because we naturally like it and naturally have worn them. We like subtle but fun things. So, You know, like, it doesn't have to be too over the top kind of thing for us.
No, I mean...
And design aspect.
So, yeah, and we're showing in Paris in January, which will be our first time.
Oh, that's
We're not
fire.
really about trends. It's kind of like, we want you to have the thing for forever, you know? Like, we want you to wear this. This is a kind of a timeless jacket. It's a blue K wool, you know, just silver buttons. Has skull buttons, you know, so it makes it a little,
yeah.
you know, a little look. But
edgy.
it's kind of timeless, and we like to make timeless things so you could continue wearing it. We don't want you to buy something and then have to buy a new one next week because it's the new one and this one's done. We sell old ass T-shirts. We sell T-shirts from the 90s, from the 80s. So it's about longevity. You know, we want to be here for a long time. So we're not really focused on too much of the trends, I guess. I don't know. Try not to be, at least.
I feel that.
Yeah.
And now, so a question that I ask everybody that comes onto the show, you know, it's Fly Visions, fly shit only. What does the word fly mean to you guys?
Cool.
Oh.
Cool, natural, just doing you.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think for us, like, we're very much driven to, like, make everybody obviously feel good in the clothes, but not in a way that, like, overshines people's personality too. And this is, like, a longer explanation. But I think for us, there's something to be said too for, like, the community that we make, and everybody that we talk to is, like, so inspiring to us.
Has something to offer.
And has something
we
to
can all
offer.
Do something together.
Yeah, and for us, like, yeah, Riccardo has shown us that and shown us, like, what it means to put in the hard work and to just be a good person and to listen to everybody and take the time to appreciate. And I don't know, I'm just grateful to do it with you. But I think that, like, everybody we're around, like, is the embodiment of that. Like, everybody's just has something of their own to offer and has something that should be listened to and heard, and is cool and has their own style, and that's fly to me. But I don't know. I love the individuality of our stuff too, because it, like, ties in with everything.
For sure.
Everybody's...
So I know this happens in the fashion world. It's nothing that we could control. It sucks. But people do imitate. People do copy. People do bite. When they see something they like, they might be in a whole nother state, like, oh, shit, I'm about to try to do this over here. Have you guys ran into that at all?
This isn't the first skeleton you've seen.
For sure not.
So people have said that about us. It's okay. It's different. It's not the same. What year are we in? 2023?
Yeah.
Is this the first year?
No, yeah.
To think that you're going to be the only one to do something, you're absurd. You know, there's going to be a million different things. It might not be identical, but, like, if you're truly worried about that, you're focused on the wrong thing. So we don't really concern about that, you know, because people say this about us all day long, our skeleton, all day long. Oh, yada yada brand, yada yada. I'm not even gonna name names, but, you know, it doesn't mean anything because a billion other brands too. You know, you can keep going.
Start looking at fashion history books, and it's really like.
Everything will come back around. It'll go away, come back in some different form, shape, but it's there, you know. So. And
I'm gonna let y'all know it's definitely not. Even if you've seen it over here, it's not this.
As long as you do it naturally to yourself, how you would want it.
And they're making it with their bare hands, literally. Like, this ain't no factory.
The first leather rib cages I was cutting out by hand. Now we get them laser cut. I still place all of them by hand and sew them, but I was cutting them out by hand at first. It was a pain in the ass.
It was really bad. It was really painful.
Yeah.
Cutting fucking leather.
I'm about to say, because that's detailed for sure. Like, and having to keep. Yeah, oh man, I can't imagine.
Yes. That was it. Having to keep making more. Oh shit! I have to keep cutting these. Oh,
yeah, like
laser.
Wait, people really like this. I gotta keep making more. Like
when we place it, we literally have that laser leveler.
Yeah, like a little laser level.
And it's placed because sometimes, you know, there's certain dates on some of the shirts that we want to make sure we don't cover. So all that is still, you know, one of one.
For sure. It's not. It ain't the same. You feel me? It's a little bit different over here. It's flyer than whatever you seen. You know. Any advice for young people that are trying to maybe start a brand or get into the fashion world?
Start. That's it. Just start. Like I said, you could have it. Just make it your side job as long as you start. You know, a year will go by. You can't pay for that work you put in. You know, an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, 4 hours a day. Doesn't matter. As long as you put in work and you start, that's all you need. You know, I thought that was the hardest part for me, was actually starting. I thought you needed $1 million. You just need to start.
Like you said, you worked for a lot of like your peoples for a long time before you had your own. Yeah.
You just need to start. Take your time. You know, we're not trying to go boom right away, so we don't need $1 million right away. You know, we're working slow. Our customers are growing with us. They're seeing that. They're seeing that we're just gonna keep growing. You know, and that's what we want.
For sure.
We're super thankful that people can see that.
And we're always here to talk.
Yeah, always here to talk.
For sure. Yeah. And I noticed that you guys, I kind of thought I was special, you know, like, because I'm like, oh,
you're
shit.
Special,
like,
Ty. You're special, Ty.
Thank you. But I was even showing my friends, I'm like, look, like, I wore it nice, you feel me? Like, the brand is DMing me back, like, you know what I'm saying? And they reposted it. But is it that easy, or are you guys, you know, available if you guys fans and customers, like,
I always talk and message with all the customers.
Nah, that's fire.
Whenever we see someone that tagged us in it, we'll talk with them. If they posted the picture, we'll you know, comment on it. If they message that to us, you know, we start chatting. You see, my dog.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Actually 21. So that was
just about 2 years ago. How are you not gonna respond to the people that are responding to you? And that's how I look at it. You can't not talk to them.
They're
what
the
the hell?
reason we're here.
They are why we're
like,
here.
that's the thing with us too. Like with Riccardo and the team, we told them last night. And he had a beautiful toast to the team, but it's like everybody else is the reason we're here. Yeah. Like we're just thankful.
We're thankful that people like it, that we get to continue doing what we do.
And so we owe everybody the time to talk and chat and collaborate. Like we're all about family.
And definitely don't care to be too cool, so that's why we just talk to everyone. Everyone has something to offer, and you talk to everyone. You know, we can all share and do something together, and you don't know what someone's finna do until you talk to them. One of our customers yesterday is a crazy marketing dude, and they're about to talk and figure stuff out.
We were talking
you never know what someone could do.
And he was just a customer.
He's one of our customers. You know, we talk all the time, and turns out he could do something that we could do something together, and he could help her on design aspects. So
that's fine.
You never know until you start talking with someone, and just because they're your customers, I mean, you don't gotta talk to them.
They're probably.
That means you probably should talk to them.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Fly Tide, thank you.
Thank you. Ever since I've shopped, we've been in good contact. Definitely a great relationship, and the relationship just got better after this conversation.
Oh, man, thank you. Likewise.
My fans are definitely gonna appreciate talking to you guys for sure as well.
We appreciate your fans for listening.
Where can we find Fraction all over the world, even if they're in Cali, if they're in Boston? You know, if you guys want to let us know where.
Yeah. Well,
Riccardi Boston, always. FractionLosAngeles.com. Fred Siegel. Harvey Nichols, London. And
we'll update you in January.
And we will update you in January.
Okay.
Yes.
Look
More to come. More to come.
For sure. Thank you guys for coming to talk to me.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Nice talking to you guys.
Pleasure.